What's up? It's JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another episode of Sunday Morning Coffee here in Bangkok, wherever you are. Welcome, whether you're in the States, in the UK, Australia, Ireland. I know we got a few from Ireland that watch. Anywhere in Asia or Southeast Asia, welcome aboard. We'll get started here shortly. Wait till a few more people get on board. I kind of did it different this week. Of course, last week I was gone, so I didn't do a video, or I didn't do a live stream. But this week I just set everything up yesterday, and I didn't post anything on my community page. So if you were waiting to see, if I was going to broadcast, you're not going to, you probably wouldn't get a notification until this morning. So let's see, we got people on chat already. Edwin says, hi, JJ. Hello, Edwin. Thanks for coming on board. Dezo Mahoney says, hello. Hello to you. Good morning. Edwin's in KCMO. So of course I hear the weather's nice now there. My family in Nebraska, or I heard in Nebraska, it was like 70 degrees or something like that this week. So anyway, so yeah, hopefully things are nice there. Ken's on. Hello, Ken. I seen one of your videos where you were walking to the driving range. I assume they have clubs for you to use. I have my own clubs. I keep them in my friend's trunk of his car that he golfs every Saturday with me. So he just brings them. We just keep them in the trunk of his car, so I don't have to lug them all the way. But I've got to, so we golfed yesterday. It was fantastic. I did really well, which is exciting because I'm going to Hua Hin next weekend to do some golfing on the courses. So that'll be my first time on the real course in about probably 4 years or more. So I'm excited that I had a good round of practice session on the driving range. But yeah, he puts them in his trunk of his car, and then when he goes, we just get them out. But like I said, I'll be gone next weekend, so I'm not going to be joining the normal driving range guys. So I'll have to pick up my clubs from his trunk of his car so I can take them with me to Hua Hin. So yeah, I just walked to the driving range. It's about a 25-minute walk, probably, something like that. Not too bad when the weather's nice. Now we're pretty much done with winter. The warm weather is upon us, and yesterday it got up to about 95 degrees, and it felt like 100 Fahrenheit. So I don't know what that equates to in Celsius, like 40 something. But yeah, it's getting warmer, so I probably won't do that walk too much longer. I'll probably just take the train. It's not too far. Hey, damn cars. Hey, thanks for coming on board. Good morning from the Philippines. Hope all is well. Yeah, how are things in the Philippines? Did you live through the typhoon or the bad weather down in Negros? I don't know where you're at, but yeah, I guess it was kind of had some rough weather the last couple of days there. Have you went to the simulator next to your condo? If so, what did you think? I have not done that yet. I keep saying I'm going to go, but I haven't yet. But I will eventually, and I'll probably do a video. So if you want to see how bad my swing is, hang on a second. I'll show you how bad my swing is. Wait a second here. Let me bring it up. I think I've got it here. It's hey, for an old fart like me, I don't think I'm doing too bad. Whoops, wrong one. But I could do better, obviously. I only practice once a week, so that probably doesn't help much. Let's see. Let's bring this up. See if it loads. Hang on a second, guys. I got to share this now. Just a second here. So this is a pretty nice driving range. They've got 2 levels, and you can simulate several different golf courses around the world. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so share screen. Okay, here we go. I don't have much of a backswing because I've got a bad shoulder, so I can't get the club back too far, but my follow through is pretty good. So I don't know what you guys think. Critique if you want. But I hit my 3 wood about 200 yards on average. So, and I don't use my driver. My driver sucks. I can hit my 3 wood like yesterday. I was hitting it about 214, and I can't hit my driver that far. I don't know why. It's like I got this M1 or M3 tailor-made driver that cost a lot of money, and I keep adjusting and I keep trying to get it to go farther, and it doesn't go farther. But my 3 wood, it's a jet speed, a tailor-made jet speed. It's an old 3 wood, but I love it, and I can hit the ball pretty good with that. So looks like Bill Gates. Who looks like Bill Gates? Me? No, not rich enough. Dave in Florida. Hi, JJ. Good morning to you. Good morning, Dave. Thanks for coming on board. Little rain in Subic here, but we need to. Oh, you're up in the northern end. Okay, so you're up in Luzon. Yeah, I guess Negros got pounded pretty good. JJ, what about kayaking? Is there a place near that you can rent a kayak and fish or go paddling? I don't know. I'm not really big into kayaking, or, I did freshwater fishing when I was a kid. My dad used to take me out all the time, but I've never done any fishing or anything here, or paddling or anything like that. So I can't tell you, Edwin. I don't know what the answer would be to that. Lefty. Yeah, I'm a lefty, but I hit right-handed. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm a lefty, which makes it tough if you don't have your own clubs. But I do a lot of things right-handed. Like I play pool right-handed. I shoot a gun right-handed, like a rifle or a shotgun right-handed. I can eat with both, which makes it convenient. But yeah, like I write left-handed, and I swing a bat left-handed, swing a golf club left-handed, throw left-handed. So I'm pseudo ambidextrous, I guess you could say. But all right. So some of the things I wanted to talk to you about today was the last week, Wednesday, we went to Pattaya. Me and 3 of my friends went down to Pattaya for a pub crawl. I guess they do this every week in Pattaya. And I didn't understand exactly what it was until I got there. So we'll talk a little bit about that and my experiences with that. I actually did a video on it that I'll edit and post on the members page later today, most likely. And then it will go public in the next few days. But if you're not a member, you want to be a member, you want to see these videos before anybody else does, you can go to join the membership. It's only 99 cents a month. But you get access to my videos before anybody else. And there's some videos on there that are members only. But anyway, so we'll talk about our trip down to Pattaya it's just a one-nighter, and then we went back the next day. But it was pretty wild and got a little out of control. But I'll tell you about those. There's some bad YouTubers in the Philippines that got their channels, their YouTube channels canceled in the last week or so, or about to. I'll fill you in on a couple of those things. And then there's a viral video going out. I don't know if it's on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or where, but it's talking about if you buy or lease, long-term lease a condo or property here in Thailand, you get a long-term visa. You get to stay long-term. And we're going to debunk that today. And I did a video on that as well. That's actually on the members page now. And I think it's going to post public tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll talk about those things. And anything else on your guys' mind? I know I did a video about a week and a half ago when I got back to Bangkok from the Philippines about the air pollution here. And now it seems like everybody's posting about it. You see it everywhere. All the big YouTubers in Bangkok and Thailand are posting about the air pollution. So I beat them to the punch. Let me see. Ken says, can't wait to see your video on golfing Hua Hin. From what I hear, Hua Hin and Pattaya rocks when it comes to golf. That's what I hear. I'm excited to get to the clubs there. We may do one, maybe two. We're only going to stay there. We're going down Saturday, and then we'll come back Monday. So I doubt that we'll be able to do anything Saturday when we get there. So probably Sunday will be our first day to play, and then possibly maybe Monday morning before we head back. But we'll kind of see how that works. But yeah, I'm excited about it. It'll be my first outing on a real golf course and not in the not on the driving ranges. But this driving range we go to on 42, on Sukhumvit 42, it's called 42T or 42T up or something like that. But they've got the trackers, so it'll track your ball speed, your spin, your height of your ball, the distance, the roll. It'll track all of that. So it's like a TrackMan. But it's also got courses that you can pick. So what we do is there's three of us usually, sometimes four, but we'll go there and we'll hit a couple balls, a few balls, get warmed up, and then we'll pick a course, and then we'll play a course and see who does the best. So my one friend, Mike, he always does better than the rest of us, and then I'm usually behind him. But this last time I won. Yesterday I won, so I felt pretty good about that. So I'm ready. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Ready to hit the real ones. Kid Rock halftime show. Kid Rock halftime show at the Super Bowl. I thought it was some unknown acts. I didn't know Kid Rock was going to be the halftime show. We're going to Upper Deck. It's a new bar on Sukhumvit 20, right above El Gaucho. We're going there to watch the Super Bowl tomorrow morning. So we're all going to get up real early and go to watch the Super Bowl at Upper Deck. So there's going to be probably 4 or 5 or 6 of us. So it'll be a small group. But I guess I talked to the owner last week when I reserved the table, and he says he's got over 100 people already signed up. So that's cool. Kid Rock, how embarrassing. I don't know what you guys talking about with the halftime show with Kid Rock. I'm not sure. Anyway, so which do you want to talk about first? The bad YouTubers, the Pattaya pub crawl, or the buying property or renting property with the visa? We'll leave it to you guys to decide which we should talk about first as we move forward. I'm going to crank this AC up a little bit. It's a little warm back here. The weather, first of all, let's talk about the pollution. I know we talked about it ad nauseum last week, but a lot of the YouTubers are now posting about it. It's not that bad. When I left and went to the Philippines to see a friend down there, it was pretty bad. I mean, the AQI was like over 150, which was pretty bad. And the PM 2.5 was, I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was really high. But right now, I just checked it. Right now, the AQI is 60, which is moderate. Anything below 100 is moderate. If you get to 100 to 150, then it's a little iffy if you have respiratory issues. So you should kind of take it easy. The PM 2.5 is 13.9. And anything below, I believe what they said was anything below, what did they say? Anything below 24, I believe. No, anything below 35 is okay. So if your PM 2.5 is under 35, you're fine. Anything above 35 from like 30, 20, I guess 25 to 37 is moderate. So if you're one of those sensitive groups, you might have some issues. Anything above 37, they say 37.5, then it's unsafe and unhealthy for the general population. And then if it hits 50 to 100, then it's significant, and you should really take precautions. So they say that the impacts are, high consistent exposure is equivalent to smoking 155 cigarettes per year. So what is that? One every 3 days. So I kind of grew up in that environment. Both my parents smoked like chimneys. So yeah. But right now, like I said, the PM 2.5 is at 13.9, and the AQA is at 60. And this whole week's going to be nice. So don't believe the YouTubers that say it's always bad here and 6 months out of the year it's bad. Now, I'll just give you what the forecast is for this week. 78 will be today's average for the AQI. Tomorrow, 76, 88 on Tuesday, 77 Wednesday, 74 Thursday, 77 Friday, and 79 Saturday. So this whole next week is going to be fine. Now, that doesn't mean that the week after that's not going to be, or is going to be fine again, because, we're in the burning season. So it just depends on what's happening in the air. It could go up, could go down. You just kind of keep your eye on things and adjust accordingly. Now, I've got a purifier in my condo, but I was having really bad issues the week before I left the Philippines. So I thought maybe it's the purifier, maybe it's emitting ozone. And I know some of those do. And so I haven't ran it all this week, and I feel fine. Of course, now the air quality outside is better, so that could be part of the issue. So I may run it this week when the air quality is good and see if there's a difference in my breathing. And at night, especially at night, I have issues, or I had issues, but I haven't had any since I've been back. When I went to the Philippines, my chest cleared up, and since I've been back, I've been fine. I still have a kind of a sinus thing here on my left side that I can't breathe out of very well. But other than that, and that's always been like that. So don't let the fear mongers on YouTube scare you that, oh, you're going to die if you land in the Philippines, or if you land in Bangkok, because the air is going to kill you the instant you step out of the airplane. It's not that bad. Now, not to say it can't get bad again, but it's not always that bad, guys. So just kind of time your visits. If you live here now, you kind of know what it's like, what it's all about. All right. So what should we talk about? You want to talk about the Pattaya pub crawl? So there was a friend of mine. He mentioned in our group chats that there's a pub crawl going on in Pattaya. And I guess they do this. I found out later they do this every week. But I thought it was just your typical pub crawl. Lewis Bryan says, I was in Pattaya and just came back. Yeah, I just got back Thursday. So you might have been there at the same time as me. Anyway, so I thought it was your typical pub crawl where you go from bar to bar and you have a few drinks with the guys and you just have a good time. Well, we drive down there. My friend, he drives us down there. There's 4 of us, right? We drive down there. We check into our hotel, really nice hotel, La Winta Hotel in Jomtien. Had a really big room, king size bed, nice balcony, not a great view, but a nice balcony. I mean, it was clean, no roaches like you would see in the Philippines. It was nice. And I think I paid like $65 for the night. I think I got the one that had the free breakfast buffet. But I didn't realize that the buffet ended at 10 a.m. So I was late for it. So I didn't get to cash in on the breakfast the next day. But anyway, so we get checked in and we're supposed to meet at this first bar at 10 a or at 2 p.m. So we get to the bar at 2 p.m. and it's basically right around the corner from our hotel. It's like a 2-block walk. And the host gets there and there's probably 20 or 30 guys there and one woman, married woman with her husband. That's a whole different story. But anyway, so we get there and we're drinking it. We had a couple of beers there and then the bot buses roll up. There's like 3 of them roll up and we all pile in these bot buses. If you don't know what a bot bus is, it's basically a pickup with a rack in the back and seating, like bench seating, kind of like a tuk-tuk, only bigger, only on a truck instead of on a bike. Kind of like the ones they have in the Philippines, only you've got more headroom. So anyway, we pile into these bot buses, sorry, and we go to the first destination. And that's when I realize it's not a pub crawl, it's a gentleman's club crawl. So all the bars we went to after the initial bar were gentlemen's clubs. So I was planning on documenting this whole thing and videotaping at all the pubs, but I couldn't do that. Just wouldn't be good. They probably wouldn't let me anyway to videotape in the gentlemen's club. So we get to the first one and we're enjoying it. And I'll do a video on this too, so I can give you a little more details. But we're enjoying the views, right? I bought a beer and I'm just kind of observing. I'm like the fly on the wall kind of thing, and having fun watching the interactions. And it was okay, you know. And we were there probably. I think I had 2 beers there, and then the one guy that not the host, but he must have been his right-hand man or whatever. He yells out, "Hey, 5 minutes or 2 minutes." And so we finish our beers and we head out and the buses are all there. So we pile in the buses again and go to the next gentleman's club. And so I don't know whether at each gentleman's club we went to, the women got better looking, or if it was because we were drinking more. We had our beer goggles on. I don't know which was which, maybe a little of both. But it gradually got better. There was one dip in the quality of the women toward the end, but then it improved for the last 2. But each one we went to, the guys got a little more free with their buying the ladies drinks. You know, they lost all their inhibitions basically. So it was fun to watch. The funniest part was there was one guy, and I will not say who. I didn't know the guy actually. So, but he was in our group and we were at this one bar and there's these 2 girls and they were nice looking. They're probably the best 2 looking girls in that bar. And they were on kind of a bar area and they were up there dancing in their bikinis, right? Or lingerie or whatever they're dancing in. This guy walks up and, next thing I know, he flips his shoes off, takes his shirt off. So now he's topless. He's standing by these girls, but he's on the floor, right? And then, boom, off goes his shorts, his underwear, buck naked except for his socks, hops up there on the bar with the girls and starts dancing with them. Then he's sliding around. So he takes his socks off, tosses them. I don't know if he ever found his clothes. And then he proceeds to take off the girls' clothes too. So now they're all up there butt naked, dancing around. It was a different show. It was different, but it was funny. And I'm thinking nobody's doing anything. The bouncers, nobody's saying anything. And then I'm thinking, well, yeah, it's what do they call this? Oh, they call this Wednesday in Pattaya. That's right. So it was interesting. And we ended up, it was probably around, let me see, we started at 2. We probably ended up around 8 when we got to the last bar or the last club. And then we kind of all went on our merry way. So the 4 of us kind of wandered around to somewhere else in Pattaya. But I'd never been to that area in Jomtien or Pattaya. I've been, on the beach, obviously, Walking Street, Soi 6, Tree Town, those areas. But I'd never been to these areas where these gentlemen's clubs were. So it was a new experience for me, but it was very interesting. So if you ever get a chance to do one of those bar crawls, those club crawls in Pattaya, I would recommend doing it. I think I spent about 5,000 baht on drinks. Well, the whole thing, 5,000 that night on drinks and food and that. But I know people that spent 3-4 times that, maybe more. So you can really spend a lot of money if you want. All right, let's get caught up. You know what pissed me off in Pattaya? I supported a person, a YouTuber online, buy drinks for him to ring the bell. He mentioned to all his supporters, when come to Pattaya, message him, can party together. Huh, interesting. I get subscribers all the time messaging me, say, hey, I'm going to be in Bangkok. I'd love to meet you and buy you a drink or buy you dinner or whatever. And that's great, and I don't have a problem with that. I never ask, but if they want to, that's fine. But I don't think I would ever, I'm not quite sure what, say a YouTuber's online buy drink for him to ring the bell. You mentioned to all the supporters, when come to Pattaya, message him, can party together. I'm not sure. So you did buy me a drink online, and then you wanted him to ring the bell at one of the clubs? Because if you ring the bell at one of the clubs, you're basically buying everybody a drink. Is that what did you pay him enough money to do that? I don't understand. I'm not sure exactly where, and he didn't do it. Is that what you're saying? I'm not sure, Lewis. If he said he would ring a bell and pay all the drinks if you send him the money, and he didn't do it, yeah, that's not good. He squelched on his deal. Can you recommend a hotel to stay at when you come to Bangkok? There's lots of great hotels, depending on, they're all different. They're all different price ranges. I would say anywhere along Sukhumvit, between, maybe Nana might be, well, if you're in Soi 11 might be okay, on up to, say, maybe as far as on Newt. You're still kind of close to the main areas. It kind of depends on what you want to do. You want to hang out in the touristy areas, where the bars, the fun places are. I would stay along Sukhumvit there. But you just have to look around. The price ranges are all different. I know there's a couple down here. There's a Hyatt, there's a Marriott close by. And then you can do some Airbnbs. Now they say it's illegal to do Airbnbs for under 30 days, but I know people that do it. I know for a fact that there's Airbnbers in my building, and they get away with it. Just don't go crazy, I guess. I did, and he never replied at all, but he is always online and never replied at all. Pissed me off to the max. Huh. Interesting. That's too bad. Sorry to hear that. I always try to reply to everybody that messages me. Kiki and Jasmine, good morning. Hey, good morning. How are you? I enjoyed Pattaya and stayed in the Hilton Pattaya for 1 week. Spent in all the go-go bars and clubs, like maybe 70K for a week. I just returned today from Pattaya morning flight. Oh, okay, great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Glad you had a good time. Pattaya is okay. I mean, it's okay. For me, it's like I'll do it once or twice, maybe a year, but I won't overdo it. But we were talking about going back again and staying for more than just one night. Ken says, I love Southeast Asia. When I was in Korea and Okinawa, I saw things that isn't safe to talk about at work. Boy, oh boy, the memories, I'll bet. I've heard. I've never been to Okinawa. I've never been to Korea. I've been to Japan. I've been to Tokyo and Osaka, and I stayed at a good length of a period of time in Roppongi Hills, which was a great bar area. But it was during COVID, right at the beginning of COVID, so it wasn't super busy, but it was, to me, it was perfect. I loved it. So let's see what else. In Poland, if you ring the bell at the bar, the bar buys a round of drinks for everyone, but you must buy the second round. So be careful with the bell in Poland. Oh, interesting. That's interesting, because if you ring the bell here, you're buying the round, the first round. There is no second round. You're buying the first. So that's interesting why they do that in Poland. Why would the bar buy the round? That's weird. I would think that would be a losing thing. That was in Zakopane in Poland, a ski town in the south. Beautiful little town. Nice. Cool. Okay, we're all caught up. Hey, we're up to 26 people watching. That's cool. Let's see. Any questions on the Pattaya pub crawl or the gentleman's club crawl? Let me know if you've ever done that before or experienced that. I supported most YouTubers in Pattaya, but when I went to their bars, they look at my skin color and was like, dude, I'm not from India. I was a bit pissed when I was in Pattaya. Oh, they thought you were Indian? Is that what they thought? I have a friend that everybody thinks he's Indian. That's a running joke with him. So my girlfriend mentioned stop supporting YouTubers in Pattaya. Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's some good YouTubers. There's probably some bad ones. I don't watch a lot of YouTubers, especially in Pattaya. I don't know. It's the content is like mostly about bar girls and bars and partying, which is fine. That's great. But a little bit of that to me goes a long, long way. But I will watch some of them, like Buzz and Pattaya, that guy. I watch his channel once in a while. I actually met him a couple of years ago when I just started my channel and I was in Pattaya. I met him. He's a cool dude. Mark Cohn says, I am currently in Bangkok being a cheap Charlie, staying at a $30 hotel. Nothing wrong with that, man. $30 hotels are nice here. You can find some good deals here. You don't have to. My philosophy is I don't spend a lot of money on the hotel because my plan is to just sleep in the bed there, and maybe other things, I guess. But it's not like I'm going to live there, watch TV, and eat there all the time. I'm just there to crash at night. So I want to save my money for the entertainment part of my vacation or my trip. So I'm right there with you, Mark. No problem. Lewis says, there's a difference between people from India and Indian from Singapore or Malaysia. We have standard, we can spend money. We are not cheap like those Indians from India. I understand. Yeah, I get it. They get a lot of blowback. Yeah. Pattaya is not a place I would return to again. Better than Angeles, though. Oh, yeah. A lot better than Angeles City. A lot better than Pete Burgos. I don't know that. So the walking street in Pattaya, compare that to, what is it? Bui Vien, I believe it's called, in Ho Chi Minh City. That thing is off the chart. That is sensory overload, in my opinion. It's almost too much to handle. But if you've been there, let me know what you think. And if you've been to both, which one do you think is better? It's actually decent. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you can get good hotel rooms for $30 here. I mean, but I did read the other day that hotel prices are going up, even though tourism is down. Hotel prices are going up, and I also heard that foreign investors are investing in buying hotels, specifically from China, India, maybe Malaysia, and one other place I think I read. But yeah, so with foreign investors buying hotels, I can imagine, and they're going to renovate, I guess, so they're buying older hotels maybe, but I would think they would probably renovate and then raise their prices. So get ready for that to come down the road a ways. Um, but let's see, going back to hotels, you can find really good, decent hotels to stay in for, $30, $40 here in Bangkok. I have records. I support their YouTubers. When I was there, this Europeans think we don't have money. My Thai girlfriend warned me from supporting them. I chose not to listen because I have a heart to support. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If my feeling is, if I get if I get a super chat, I'm gonna be all over that. I'm gonna be thankful. It's great, but I'm not gonna be begging. I saw a YouTuber doing a live stream the other day, and they were talking about health issue. They had health issues, and they're going to start up a GoFundMe, and I think they were looking for donations on the air during the live stream. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, I could never do that. I could never, even if I was completely broke and was destitute and needed the money, I could never go on and use my platform to beg for money. I'm just too proud, I guess. So that's something I would never do. I guess I would, if I needed money, I would ask my family first. But I don't think I would go online and beg for money. I couldn't do that. But now I changed my mind. Okay. Let's see. But now I changed my mind. I got you. Pattaya is full of Indian clubs. Walking Street is full of big Indian clubs. Yeah, that's what I've heard. We didn't make it to Walking Street this last time, but yeah, last time I was there, a lot of Indian, a lot of Russian. So there's at least 4 or 5 Russian clubs there too. I was in all back in 2013 and 14. Bui Vien wins hands down, in my opinion. I kind of agree with you there. They're not overrun by Indians or Russian clubs. They're more local looking. So, but I love just walking down the street, and you got these bars with these little dance platforms outside, and the girls are outside dancing to give you a little preview of what's inside. And you can actually sit. They've got seating there. You can sit outside and watch the girls outside while you're drinking your drinks. So that's kind of neat. I like that. So, yeah, Bui Vien is kind of cool. I will go back there one day just to experience it again. And Vietnamese women are beautiful. I mean, I don't know if these women were all Vietnamese women or not in that Walking Street, but they're all Asian and they're all beautiful. They are like top drawer. Whereas here, any of the bars here, even down to like Soy Cowboy or Nana, it's kind of hit and miss. You walk into a club where they're dancing, and say you've got 30 girls dancing, maybe 6 or 7 of them are acceptable. The others all look like single moms that have had several kids, and it's not that great. Now, I think their hope is the good ones will be taken up early. The more beers the dudes have, the better looking they look. So there's always hope. And, there's always those guys that like that style, like that look. So you never know. But for me, she would have to be at least a 9 for me to want to spend any money on her. I saw the Pattaya girls quality in Soy 6 and 7 is not good compared to Bangkok. Really? Okay. I haven't been to Soi 6 for a long time. So, but I tend to agree. I think they're probably, and even like Hua Hin, there's adult areas there, but most of those girls, the last time I was there at least, most of those girls are older and a little worse for wear, I guess you could say. Some of them look like they were rode wet and rode hard and put away wet, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that I think the issue is there's the online dating has become the new walking street, or the new way for freelancers to get their dates is online. The online dating apps, you see more and more of them all the time. So I think that's probably hurt these clubs a little bit, where they can't get the top drawer, the best looking girls to work at their clubs. Now there are a couple clubs there that do have gorgeous girls, and they make good money. So, you know, yeah, there's those girls were like, I can't you can't be a boyfriend if some guy says, hey, be my boyfriend and I'll take care of you. It's like, you can't afford me because I make this much money. Are you prepared to give me that much money? And they're not most of the time. So yeah, so that's why they work there, because it's good money. Who do you have in the Super Bowl, and will you watch? Yeah, we're going tomorrow morning to Upper Deck on Soi 20 and Sukhumvit 20. It's on the 4th floor above El Gaucho, if you're not sure where that's at. So we'll go there. There's like 4 or 5, maybe 6 of us that'll show up, and there's going to be over 100 people. I talked to the manager or the owner, and he said, we've already booked. This was last Monday. He said, we've already booked over 100 people for the room. So it'll be fun. And I'm taking Seattle. Seattle, I think, is like a 4.5 point favorite or 5 point favorite, something like that. I think they're going to win easily. I just don't think New England's that good. I think they had an easy road through the playoffs. They had an easy regular season schedule. And so I'm taking Seattle in the points. And I don't know what the over-under is, but that's just me. I won't bet, so don't take my advice, guys, because I'm generally wrong, but that's just my feeling. I had dinner at La Opera on BGC Friday night, going back again tonight. It was so good. Italian restaurant, highly recommended. Okay, so let me ask you, because La Opera used to be in the fort, and then they tore down the fort. So where did they move to? Because that was a really good place. So where are they located now, Kiki and Jasmine? Because that is a good place. The fort was like the original part of BGC. If you're not familiar with BGC used to be a military base, Fort Bonifacio. And when they sold it to investors and developers, they built this smart city. Well, the fort was one of the original places, and the fort was about a 2 block by 2 block by 2 block by 2 block square area where they had restaurants, bars, in that whole area, in different little neighborhoods. I thought it was neat. It was old. You could tell it was old. It was one of the originals, so it was probably 20 years old. But it was neat vibe, neat character. They had some really nice restaurants and bars there. I had a nice Chinese place called On the Way that Saturdays, my friends and I would go there in the afternoon, and you can get a usu. I think it's called usu, big Chinese beer. You can get 2 for 1, and then get some Chinese food. It was good. It was really good. And then they had a place around the corner called, I believe it's called Chicken and Beer. And they had good, they had I think they had bucket specials for beer, and their chicken was really good. So we would go there. They opened up a Chinese restaurant like just about 2 years before they demolished it. That was high end. They opened up a club there. It was called BSK, I believe. That was a really upscale, neat club. And that was only there for like a year, and then they tore everything down. So I don't know if any of those places relocated or not. But yeah, it was a neat area. I liked it. That was in BGC in Bonifacio Global City in Metro Manila, actually in the city, within the city of Taguig. It's basically a smart city. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Norma. Thanks for coming on board this morning. You're going with the Patriots. Okay. Awesome. Kid Rock isn't in the halftime show. I didn't think so. I don't know where the Kid Rock commentary was coming from, but oh well. So I post this live stream on both my normal horizontal or what do they call that, landscape style, and I also post it on my shorts. So I'm getting viewers from both the shorts and the normal YouTube channel. And so some of the ones that come in on the shorts probably have never seen my channel before. They're just curious when they're scrolling through and they stop. And maybe that guy maybe he was mistaken about what our topic was or what we were talking about and just mentioned Kid Rock. Maybe he was looking at a previous live stream and thought he was still on that one. I don't know. Anyway, Gio just posted a video why he would never get married again. Yeah. I'll tell you, I could tell you that in 2 seconds. It's stupid. Yeah. Of course, never say never, but you know, I'll be 68 years old in 3 weeks, guys, or 2 weeks. So I just don't see the value in getting married again. I mean, having a live-in partner and companion for the rest of my life, I can do that. That I could do. If I fell in love again, I would do that. But the marriage thing, to me, these days, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Located in the Neo building, ground floor, 4th Avenue and 27th Street. Okay, yeah, I know where that is. Yeah, okay, I got you. Interesting. Nice. I won't be watching the fascist Turning Point USSR's so-called white nationalist halftime shit show. Okay, Darren. Hey, buddy, don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel. I won't be watching that either. Hey, I saw this morning about the Olympics opening ceremony was satanic. It's like, what the hell? They're showing photos of it, and it was all red, and they had the inverted pentagram logo, and that's crazy. What the hell is this world coming to? Conan O'Brien was there last year, so it has become really popular. Reservation is a must on weekends. Really? Conan O'Brien was in BGC last year? Oh, cool. Gio finally learned the secret of happiness and financial security. Yeah, exactly. You look rich. Give me all your money. Well, no. The first thing I learned in YouTube was do not disclose your financial, what you have. I am far from rich. I will tell you that. Yeah, I'm here in Thailand for a couple of weeks, and then I have a flight to Manila. Probably check out BGC. Cool. Yeah, if you like clean, small cities that it's very westernized, very, very convenient. You can walk everywhere. It's got all the Western franchise restaurants. You'll like BGC then. After a while, it can get kind of bored, so you kind of got to get out of there. Like go to Makati, which is right next door, and you can get a little better flavor of what the Philippines is like because you got that city feel, but you also got that raw Philippine Manila vibe to it too. But you're right next to BGC's right next to Makati. I'm getting hitched next month. First marriage. Oh, congratulations. Where are you getting married? In the Philippines or Ireland, or where are you getting married? Would be interested to know. All right. Let's see. We're about 50 minutes in. The chat is going crazy. It's been great. They say the women will call me a handsome man when I move there. Is there a vision issue? The only thing they see is the possible dollar sign on your forehead. That's the vision problem they have, because we don't see it. We can look in the mirror. It's like, I don't see anything on my forehead. What are you looking at? But they see it. Or they see the three letters ATM right there on your forehead. It's like the sign of the beast. But yeah. Yes, they think every foreigner is beautiful or is handsome. Let me see. Are you coming to where are you going to be, Ken? Are you going to be in Bangkok? Are you going to be or Thailand or in the Philippines? Where are you going? You probably told me before, but I just can't remember. Oh, I got a call here. Hang on just a second. Tommy, I'm on live stream. I got to call you back, okay? Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, so Tommy, obviously you're not watching, so hopefully you'll join the live stream and you can watch, and then you'll know when I'll be available. You'll be moving to Thailand. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Where in Thailand have you? Okay, let me back up a little bit. You might have told me this before. Have you been here before? Where have you been? Where are you looking at moving? Interested to know. Plus, if you're going to be in Bangkok, let me know. We can meet up. Let's see. Where were we talking about getting hitched? Yeah, Gio's been married twice. I've been married twice, both times for me with American women. I've dated Americans. I've dated Mexican. I've dated Filipina. I've dated Thai. I've dated Laos. I've dated Vietnamese. What else? I think that's it. I'm so done with Western women. I will never date, let alone marry a Western woman ever, ever, ever again. It'll never happen. Sorry. I just see too much anger from these Karens. So I will never do that again. Good morning from Washington, D.C. I just made it to Bangkok last night. Yeah, John. Thanks for coming on board this morning. Thanks for being a member, by the way. Yeah, I'm free this afternoon until about 6, possibly. I may have a meetup before 6. I'm not sure yet. And then I've got another meetup after 6. But you're going to be here a few days, I assume, before you head out somewhere else. We can get together if you want. Just message me and let me know. So yeah, I saw a video today from Legion of Men, and he was showing the difference between a good and a bad wife. And this first girl, she was like 23 years old, maybe something like that, and she's really pretty. And she was talking. She was probably on TikTok or Instagram or something. She was talking about why she chose the life she had, which was she didn't party. Her husband was the first man she'd ever been with as far as sex. And she chose to be that way. And she surrounded herself with, she didn't surround herself with a bunch of young people when she was young. She surrounded herself with older people that were married and showed her how great marriage can be and that sort of thing. And how you don't need to live that life. And you're not going to miss it. And she didn't miss it. So, and then there's the other lady that was like 33 or something like that. Been married to her husband for like 10 years or something, had a kid from before they were married. And her husband filed for divorce because she put her son in front of him all the time. And I'm thinking to myself, I relate to that because I was married and I had 3 stepkids and I was always the outsider. I was never part of the discussion, never part of the family, never part of the child rearing, never part of the, how should we handle situations with the kids. It was never part of that. I was a money man. I made the money and I was a chauffeur. That was it for the entire time I was married. So I get that. And now I'm sure there's people like that here in Asia too. I know for a fact that Filipinos put their kids above everybody else. So there is a hierarchy of need, so to speak, and you're not on the top of that pyramid. You're farther down. I know that for a fact, but that doesn't mean you can't have a good relationship with a Filipina or an Asian woman, whereas generally speaking in the West now, it's not so good. Okay, let's see. WW Shadow says, I ate Thai 4 times last week, 3 times in the same place, spicy crispy duck for 2 times, like a steak and a crispy fry had a baby. Sorry, ducks, but you are tasty. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thai food is amazing. Oh, by the way, thanks for coming on board. You're new to my stream, it looks like. I don't think I've seen you. At least I haven't seen you post on chat before. So thanks for that. Thanks for coming on board. Kiki and Jasmine says, Trump Golf Resort in Ireland, annual membership fees are $30,000. I'm gonna golf probably at Royal Hua Hin Golf Course. It's the oldest golf course I know it's the oldest golf course in Hua Hin. It might be the oldest golf course in Thailand. I'm not sure, but it used to be where the Royals would go down to Hua Hin and golf on weekends. So I'm going to golf there, and the green fee, including cart and caddy, is only about 2,200 baht, which is about $70. So that's pretty good. So I think we're going to golf there. I'm looking at Bangkok, Hua Hin, or Jomtien. I have not decided which one. I live in South Korea for a year and Okinawa for 6 months. Awesome. So I take it you're going to travel around and stay at all 3 of those locations for a bit of time to make your decision. Awesome. Yes, I will be here in Bangkok this week, maybe breakfast this Wednesday. My treat. I will email a message. Oh, awesome. Thank you, John. Mornings are good this next week. I have class again starting Tuesday in the afternoon. So my level 2 of my Thai language school starts up again after my break. So yeah, mornings though, I should be free. Shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, let me know. His son, Eric, was there last week and they got a bomb scare. Probably some delusional lefty. Could be. There's delusion on each side. For your channel merch shop, you need to make a channel t-shirt that says, I will never date another Western woman again. That is funny. I thought I like that. Yeah, that would be good. Mother Hen, hey, good morning. Hi, Jeff. How does the DTV Thai soft power activities visa work? Do you pay the school a one-time fee at start, of course, then nothing else during the 5-year stay, or payment each year following? I'm not, so my school, the Thai language school, has a Muay Thai class. They've got a Muay Thai school. I believe, let me see, maybe I have a pamphlet on it. I thought I might have had a pamphlet on it, but I don't have one here. It might be back there. I don't want to get up. Anyway, so with my language school, I paid for 2 levels, and then when I'm done with those 2 levels, I'll pay for a 3rd. With the Muay Thai, I think you probably pay for the length of the class, and then if there's an advanced class, you can probably pay for that next level to keep your DTV. But with the DTV, I don't know if you actually have to do the soft power activities. I don't know that that's. You may be able to do other things. But with me, with my with my language, I'm on an education visa. So it's not a DTV visa. So it's actually a non-immigrant visa. So I was able to open a bank account, and I transfer money into that bank account every month. I transfer 65,000 baht. So when my language school is up, which basically is in another 9 months, I believe, I will have more than 12 months of showing 65,000 baht deposit in my Thai bank account, which will make me eligible for retirement without having to deposit 800,000 right off the bat. And what I do is I use my Wise account to transfer the money. And an important thing with your Wise account. Now, when the time comes to do all this, I'll probably go through an advisor or an agent, and I'll let you know if it worked. But with the Wise account, when you transfer money, make sure there's options you put in. So what's the reason for the transfer? There's one at the bottom that says for future long-term stay or something along those lines. Make sure you check that, because then when immigration looks at your doing your visa, they see that you're transferring the money for that purpose, not just for vacation or holiday or whatever the other options are. So, but I will let you know when I go to change into a retirement visa if all my plans worked or not, or if it was all for naught. So stand by. JJ, how do you keep from throwing out your back when you golf? I've never had real bad back issues. Once in a while, I'll get a twinge in my, I'll get a muscle cramp. I did have a real bad disc problem probably about 10 years ago. And I hate going to a doctor or a hospital. So it's probably not a good plan. Don't follow my advice, guys. But what I did was I went like on the couch, like on the arm of the couch, and I put my back on the arm of the couch. And I leaned back as far as I could, and it hurt bad. But I rocked and rocked and rocked, and I kept doing that like every day for like a week until my back, I stretched it out enough to, I guess, to put something back in place or whatever was wrong with me to begin with. But I fixed the problem on my own, and I saved a lot of money, but probably not a smart thing. I probably could have really done some serious damage looking back, but that's just my stupidity thinking. So single life was great in my 20s and 30s, but being married to a beautiful woman in my later years just feels amazing. This year will make 29 years, and I would hate to be single again. I hear you. You're up in Chiang Rai, right? If I remember right. And you've got a beautiful Thai wife. So you're living the life, my friend. You've got it figured out, where most of us others don't yet. Philip says hi from Australia. Hello, Philip. Thanks for coming on board this morning. For your channel merch shop, you need to make another t-shirt that says Dumageddon is a dumpster fire, or a shitstorm, maybe. An hilarious but true quote from your channel episode. Yeah, right. A hitch in your get along, as they say in the South. Yeah, we used to say that when we were kids. Hitch in your get along. That's funny. That ages us, man. I will move to one of the locations and do an education visa, as this will allow me to open a Thai bank account and travel Thailand for a year to figure out where I want to live. Very good. Yeah. Excellent. Good plan. That's what I'm doing. Good plan. All right. We're caught up on chat. Chat's been live today. It's been great. Awesome. How many chats have we had so far? Trying to see. I guess it doesn't say. Anyway, a crazy week on the stock market. Yeah, I look at my stocks and it's like one day you're up 10%, next day you've lost 10%. It's like, what the hell is going on? So I just try not to look at it anymore and just forget about it. I'm not going to get broke or rich either way. So yeah, I wouldn't mind meeting up and picking your brain about the Philippines. Sure, Mark. Yeah. When you're here, let me know, or if you're here, let me know. My email, let's see. Put my email up here quick. That's my email. So you can email me, and I try to respond to all my emails. Most of them, once in a while, they'll go to my spam account, and I don't see it for a while. So if that happens to you, I apologize in advance. It's not on purpose that I ignore you, but I try to answer all the emails unless you're just being stupid and mean. Then I don't answer you. Then I block you. I've got a couple of people that I've only got 2 people I blocked on my emails, and those 2 are, I think they're the same people. They just use a different email address, and they message me all the time. Like they'll message me like 10 times a day, stupid things, and it's going in my spam account now because it's blocked. So I never see it until like once a week or once every 2 weeks, I'll check my spam account, see if anything's in there that's worthwhile. I get a lot of collaboration and sponsorship offers online through my email. And the majority of those go to my spam. So I don't see them right away, probably because most of them are not legit. Let's see. If you've been using most of your transferred money into your Thai account each month, then your final account balance will be far lower than the accumulated balance that Thai immigration wants. Now, from what I understand is you have to put either 800,000 in one lump sum, and you have to keep it in there for 2 or 3 months until you get your visa. Then you can take it out, and then you have to put it back in again the next year when you do it again. Or, and it says right there, it says, or deposit 65,000 baht per month into a Thai bank account for 12 months minimum. So that's what I'm doing. Now, if it's right, if it works or not, I don't know yet. We'll find out in probably the end of this year or first part of next year when I try to change into a retirement visa. Like I said, I'll let you know if it works. How often do you get a legit Thai massage? To be honest with you, John, I hardly ever do. I don't know. I should, because there's times when my neck hurts and my shoulders hurt, whatever, my feet hurt. I should do it. But for whatever reason, I just don't. I don't know. Call me stupid or call me weird, but I have a phobia, people touching my body unless they're someone I'm intimate with. So maybe that's it. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll break that string. Man, Brad Arnold, singer of Three Doors, died today. Cancer. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, that's too bad. I saw them in concert when I was in radio. Well, actually, this was in, where was it? I can't remember. Somewhere in Indiana. I was working at one of the stations in Indiana. I was a program director, and I actually introduced them in concert. It was either them or who did Runaway Train. Who did that song? It might have been them. I get those 2 bands mixed up all the time. Planeteer is at 130 now, a good buying opportunity. If ethical investing is your thing, you may not like it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'll check back with you. Okay, Mark. Thanks, buddy. JJ, are you working out and doing any swimming? I don't swim. I can't swim, so I don't swim. I dive like a feather and swim like a rock. But I do work out. I have an exercise routine that I do every day, and we have a nice gym upstairs too that I use. So yeah, I do that. I mix protein drinks every morning too. I have just concentrated on adding to the index funds. The market is very volatile right now. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get into the market right now. In fact, I'm thinking about if my individual stocks hit a certain point, I might move them all into gold or silver. Silver looks pretty good. I am not an expert, so don't go by what I tell you. I'm far from being an expert in the market. Okay, I already answered that. All my money is in index funds. Okay. Where do you go in Bangkok for your Midwest meat and potatoes fix? So there's a couple of places. There's a couple of pubs. There's an Irish pub called O'Shea's. There's another one called PJ O'Brien's. They're owned by the same people, but they have a weekend roast beef or roast beef dinner where you can either do chicken, roast beef, lamb. What else? There's one other, but anyway, or pork. But you get all the fixings. You get potatoes with gravy. You get mixed veggies. You get all of that, and it's pretty cheap. Maybe like $299 baht or 349 baht, depending on which type of meat you choose, which is about $10 to $12. So not bad. There's steakhouses around here that you can go to. But you can be like I was at Laughing Tiger, and I had a sirloin the other day, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't Wolfgang Puck good, but it was decent for the price. I think it only cost me like $30 US. So it was decent, and you got the meal with it. You got all the fixings with it. So there's some places around here, but I like the roast beef dinners at O'Shea's. That's pretty nice. On weekends, you get them on special. You can buy them anytime during the week, I think, but they're a little higher priced than on weekends. And I think on the weekends with that special, I think it's on a Sunday. You get a pint of beer to go with it, so that's nice, or a drink if you don't do beer. Or deposit 65,000 baht each month. But are you allowed to draw on that 65,000 each month? Are you supposed to let? I don't think you need to let them accumulate. I think it's if you're using it for the purposes of long-term stay, in other words, paying rent, paying utilities, groceries, and that sort of thing. If you can show that in your statements, I think that counts. Now, don't quote me on this. Like I said, guys, when the time comes for me to do this change in my visa, I'll let you guys know if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll let you guys know. It's like, didn't work. I had to deposit the 800,000. So but I'll let you know. I got a Thai massage in the States. It fixed my back. I didn't know it was broken, but tying my shoelaces is just something I do, or grin and bear it. Quite a difference. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I've had massages before, but not on a regular basis, and they do great. I mean, if you're going to get a Thai massage, do it in Thailand. Why not? It's like I eat Thai food in the Philippines, and it's just not the same as eating it here. Okay, the reason I was asking is because Thai cooking class enrollment is 40,000 baht, roughly same amount as a retirement visa. So it doesn't make sense to me when cost is par with no perks. Okay, so what does that 40,000 include? Is that just the classes? Does that include all the material? Does that include the visa costs too? Because you have to pay for the visa as well. So I don't know. So I check into more than one school too, because every school has a different price and every school offers something a little different. So with my Thai language school, it's an education visa. They don't pay for so level 1 and level 2 cost me 25,000 baht. So about $750 total. And then you had to pay 2,000 up front for the visa. And then every 3 months I have to extend that visa, and that's 1,900 baht. But that's not included in the first 25,000 I paid for the school. But they do all the paperwork. My school does, at least. They did all the paperwork for the initial visa. They do all the paperwork for the extensions. They even did all the paperwork for my bank account. So everything, they do everything, and super seamless. So I really like my school. My favorite Bangkok pub is Old English in Tong Lo. Yeah, that's a good pub too. And they have good food specials there as well. And I love their happy hour specials because they start really low and they go up incrementally every couple hours. So if you get in there, if you like day drinking, you get in there at 2 in the afternoon, you can get a pint of, whatever. I don't know if you can pick and choose which type of beer, if they just have one kind, but it's like you can probably get a Tiger or a Singha or Chong or Leo or something like that. And it's only like, 55 or 65 baht to start with. And then if you stay after 5, it goes up to like 85 baht. But it's cheap. It's one of the cheapest places in Bangkok to have a good beer. The 65,000 will work as long as you have the paperwork, but the 800,000 is much easier, in my opinion. Yeah. Well, the banker that I worked with said, when I'm ready to change my visa to a retirement visa, he will print out the certificates of deposit and show the statements where I'm using the money for Thailand for living long term. So hopefully that'll work. We'll see. Fingers crossed. When you go to open your bank account for your retirement visa, they will ask for your lease agreement. Do you know if that lease agreement has to be forwarded full year, or will a 3-month? I think it has to be at least 1 year. At least 1 year. Mine's a 2-year lease. I did a 2-year lease. So I think it has to be a full year. For a full year, yeah. JJ, have you been to any casinos? No, I'm not a big gambler. I've been to a couple of casinos in the States when I was living there. I went to one in Kansas City one time with my wife. We went there. And then I went to one, a coworker of mine, one of my employees actually in Tulsa, took me to a casino there in Tulsa and showed me where she went to all the, which were her favorite machines to go to. And I won, like the first one I went to in Kansas City. I think each of us brought $60. I gave my wife 60 and I had 60. And it's like, if you spend it all, you're done. That's your entertainment for the night. She won on one of the machines. She won like $200. And I told her, it's like, okay, put that money in a different pocket. And when you're done with your 60, then you're done and you leave with $200. Did she listen? No, of course not. She blew through her 60 and then dug into, thinking, oh, I'm going to win again. Dug through her 200 and blew all that too. I blew through my 60. I didn't win anything that night. So we lost 120 plus. We could have gained 200 or something like that, and we didn't. So, and then the last time in Tulsa, we went and I actually won on this machine. I won like, it wasn't much, like $80, $90 or something like that. It was less than 100. And I put it in another pocket. And when my $50 or whatever I had set aside for my entertainment was done, I was done for the night. But I went home on the plus side. So those are the only 2 times I've ever been to a casino. I rarely bet. I used to bet on games a lot, but I don't do that anymore because I'm not good at it. I just keep losing, and it's kind of with the stock market too. I guess I'm not doing well there either. Do you have to pass your exams to get the visa? I assume you do. No, it doesn't. They don't do exams. I mean, they'll do tests to see how well you're doing, but they don't do like exams, like at the end of level 3 or level 1. I didn't have to do an exam. I didn't have to pass that to get to level 2. So yeah, they don't do any of that. And now at some point when I extend my visas, they may start talking to me in Thai and seeing if I'm comprehending or not. So far, I haven't had that issue, but now that I'm in level 2, they may start doing that at immigration. But yeah, you don't have to do any tests. Yeah, that's for everything. ChatGPT told me to check with a Thai consulate embassy outside the country. Okay. All right, cool. If you were to retire in an area like Hua Hin, would you buy a scooter or just rely on local transportation options? I'd definitely buy some sort of transportation, scooter or car. It's just easier if you're living there. Here in Bangkok, the transportation is so easy. You know, they got so many other options with the trains and all that. So I don't have any need. Plus, the traffic is so crazy here. I just would be really, I wouldn't want to drive here. Just worried about pulling in front of a bike or something like that, or just the fact that you're sitting in traffic forever. That would suck. But I can take the train or whatever. In Hua Hin, the traffic obviously isn't as heavy. So to get around, you would probably need to get some sort of transportation, bike or car. So yeah, I definitely would do that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about visas. So there was a video. It was either a YouTube short or on Facebook, or maybe it was Twitter, or maybe it was Instagram or somewhere. There's a video that came out that basically said there's a new visa for Thailand. If you buy property or sign a long-term lease, you can get a long-term visa and you can stay as long as you want, basically, in Thailand. And Gio actually sent me the video, and he said, "Did you see this?" I go, "No." So I looked at it, and so I looked it up, and it's false, guys. I mean, it's not true. You cannot get what the video says. Basically, if you buy a condo, then you automatically qualify for this long-term visa, and nothing else matters. That's not true. And then they said, if you sign a lease, a long-term lease, you can apply for this same visa. Well, there's no such visa, first of all. That does not exist. There are realtors that will tell you, hey, if you buy property with us, we'll help you with your visa, your retirement visa, and we'll subsidize the money for it. I'm sure that's all baked into the cost of the property, though. So it's not a free visa, and it's not an automatic thing. There, you have to hit all the other qualifications or requirements in order to get a retirement visa. So if you see that video online somewhere, ignore it, because it's just not true. It just isn't something that you can do. You can't just sign like with me, it's like, oh, I signed a 2-year lease, I should be able to get a retirement visa for free, or a retirement visa for as long as I want. No, that's not the case. You still have to meet all those other requirements, guys. They don't care. Buying the property doesn't matter, or renting a property doesn't matter. It doesn't count. Now, they do want you to show that you're staying long term, but buying property doesn't automatically qualify you for a retirement visa. So don't listen to that, guys. Let's see, where are we at here? I've been learning Thai via YouTube. It's kind of concerning how not sticking it is. I'm getting used to how it sounds, but understanding it, I'm a lost boy. Yeah, that's kind of how I am, Shadow. I mean, our classes it's kind of a mixture. I mean, when we first started, it was more like learning the alphabet, basically. You know, the 44 consonants. We learned that first. We learned how to pronounce each one, and then we learned words, and we learned phrases, and then we started learning the vowels. And at that point, we also started learning the tones and the tone images, you know, what each one meant, and then started learning how to write and read. The only problem is, so now I can go, if I go out and I'm looking at a menu, or I'm looking at a street sign, or I'm in the trains and I see the station signs, I can pretty much, probably 80% of the time, pronounce it right. but that doesn't mean that I know what it means, because I just don't have that vocabulary yet to know what each word means. So I can read it okay, I can pronounce the words okay, just understanding what it means, not okay. Now, if I'm on the subway, or on the subway, the MRT, or on the BTS train, I can read the word, and then when it comes up in the English version, and it says what it is, then I can say if I'm right or wrong. So like Nana is really easy. And I did this last week for you guys. I'll do it again this week. So I'll show you how Nana is. So this first, that's a consonant. That's a vowel. That's a consonant. That's a vowel. The vowel tells you how to pronounce the consonant. So that consonant is basically an N. So it really means it's a nor. So with this vowel here, that gives it an ah sound. So it's na, and then you just repeat it, na, na. So that's the easiest one. So if you see that, if you see this, you're going to na, na. So that's the easiest one, guys. But there's others, obviously. But it's the vowel that comes either before or after that gives the consonant the sound. And then also the tones that you see above or below the consonant gives it a different sound or a different tone. So that's the part that's kind of hard to memorize. And then just learning the vocabulary, learning the words, that's the next thing. So let's see. Driving and parking in Bangkok was a pain, but having a nice car anywhere else is great. And I love road trips. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. If, so my friend, he took us in his car when we went to Pattaya. So much nicer than taking a bus or whatever, because we're kind of on our own little timeline. If we need to stop, we can stop. If we don't want to stop, we don't need to stop. With the buses, they're stopping every 20 miles, picking up somebody or dropping somebody off. So taking your own car is great. It's it really does. It really makes a difference. And but if I was to live in Hua Hin, which I'm kind of looking at maybe finding some place cheap to live during the months where the air quality isn't great, I would definitely get some sort of vehicle. NVIDIA pulled the plug with OpenAI. $100 billion investment was the figure. Something is clearly bothering them. Interesting. Yeah, my NVIDIA stock isn't doing great. Let me see where we're at today in after hours. Probably everybody's down. Seems like every other day. One day it's up, next day it's down. Let's see. Come on. NVIDIA is 185.18. So it was up almost 8% today. That's good. So I bought in when it was 169.50. So and it's 40% of my portfolio. So I've got my total returns for NVIDIA is 9.25%. So that's pretty good. All my stocks are up today, so that's good. Maybe I should get out of them now. QBTS is up 20% today. That's good. I bought that at 1954 and it's at 2077. So I should get out of that. These other two are the ones that just drive me crazy. They'll be up one day and down the next. CDE is up 12%, but I bought it at 1933. It's at 21.49, so I'm doing okay with that one. And then I bought Rigetti, and I should never have bought Rigetti. I bought it high because all the analysts said it was still a good buy. I bought it at 55.25, and it's at 17.85 now. So I'm really taking a nosedive on that one. I'll never get out of that. Thankfully, it's only about 13% of my portfolio. So anyway, there's my stupidity there showing. One might assume most Thais in Bangkok get excited about the Chinese New Year. Yesterday in Bangkok, I asked a woman from Isan if she's excited about it. She said, no, my family is 100% Thai, no Chinese mix. Yeah, but they still celebrate it here. I'll probably do a video about that, just a generic one. You'll see all the stores will have the orange or the red and gold decorations for Chinese New Year. They're all decorated now. I presume you pay your rent on auto pay and not cash. I pay it right out of my Thai bank account. So I just actually my condo owner is with the same bank as me, which is Siam Commercial Bank. But I just do a bank transfer into his account from mine, so it's really easy. Looks like a nice morning there today. How's the air quality? Is that what's driving tourists away, or is it the higher cost today and not yesterday prices anymore? It depends on who you watch on YouTube. Lately, so I did a video like a couple of weeks ago on the air quality because back then it was bad. Now it's good, at least for now. I mean, for the next week, it's going to be really good. But now I see in the last 2 days, I've seen all these YouTubers, and they're more successful than me. They're doing these YouTubes about these videos about how bad the air quality is, and they're showing these photos. It's like 160 or 180, but if you look really close, if you pause it, they're not showing Bangkok. They're showing somewhere where the burning season is. Bangkok's in the 60s and 70s this week. So it's going to be really nice. So I don't know, maybe if they're watching these YouTube channels, that might chase people away. I think part of it's the cost, because things are going up here in Thailand and Bangkok. Prices are going up. The Thai baht is strong, so it's affecting the exchange rate. So when I first moved here, it was like 34 baht per US dollar. Now it's barely over 31. So you're not getting as much bang for your buck here in Thailand. So that has a lot to do with it. And they're cracking down on these border runs, these people coming in and out on tourist visas and trying to basically live here for a year on a tourist visa. They're cracking down on that. So I think the combination of all those has really impacted Thailand's tourism. I'm doing a video this next week that's going to talk about a change they're doing in 2026 and what they're going to focus on. And basically their focus is going to be on high dollar or high earning tourists rather than the low dollar tourists. So I think that's what their focus is going to be on for 2026. The vowels are all around the consonant, in front, behind, top, and below. Yeah, exactly. Well, not the vowels, but the sounds, the tonal sounds. I bought Apple around 7. Nice. Hope you still have it. Hope you have a lot of it. Is there an English-speaking church that you can attend? There actually is. I looked it up today or the other day. There's a Catholic church in Bangkok that's not too far from here that they do English, and they also do Tagalog. So a lot of Filipinos go there. So I'm looking into it for a friend of mine that's a Filipino, and I'll see if it's something that she might be interested in as far as attending if she's down here. But yeah, they do have English speaking churches. I'm sure they have others too, but I was looking at one. I was originally looking at one that spoke Tagalog or that had a large Philippine community, and I found this Catholic church that does services in English and Tagalog. So that's very cool. Okay. Wish I could have bought NVIDIA when it was at 6. Missed the boat on that one. Yeah. Yeah. Using jet engines to power the data centers. So much for global warming. Yeah. You're freezing on screen about every 5 seconds. Poor internet, I think. According to what I'm showing, it says excellent. So I don't know why it's freezing up. That's weird. Interesting. Let me close some of my tabs. That might help. I tend to leave all my tabs open, and it tends to maybe slow things down with my computer. We'll see if that helps any. Wow, that's awesome. Okay. Tone markers, yeah, are above and below the vowels. Yep, absolutely. Tone markers. And they change. That's what's so hard to memorize. So you've got like 5 different tone markers, right? But you've got 3 different classes of consonants. So you've got a low class, a medium class, and a high class. So the tone markers in a low class may mean one type of tone, but if you go to a different class, that same tone marker may give it another tone. So, and then you have 5 tones. So you've got middle, you've got rising, you've got falling, you've got high, and you've got low tones. Well, depending on which class the consonant is in, that same tone marker might change the tone. It might be different for each class. So that's what's hard to memorize. That doesn't make sense to me. Why don't you just use the same ones? You see freezing too. Okay. Wonder why that is. Still freezing while you're shutting stuff off. Your voice keeps coming through, but the image freezes. Turn on a phone and check on YouTube. I don't know, guys. Let me see. Let's do this. Let's get out of. I got out of. I'm doing a live stream in my studio. I'm doing a watching on both the horizontal and vertical. Let's see if that helps if I get out of one of those. Yeah, it looks like it is freezing up. That's weird. I don't know why that is. I apologize for that. I don't know what the reason is. I've had problems with StreamYard. I've done recordings on StreamYard, and it's been like that too. It's froze up. So maybe it's a StreamYard issue. So I think what I'll do is I'll contact StreamYard and find out if anybody else is having that issue, because it might just be a StreamYard thing. I can live with it, but perhaps check for the next time. Yeah, I will. I'll check. I think it's a StreamYard thing, because when I've tried to record videos on StreamYard to post on my YouTube, when I've gone and put it in edit mode and I've looked back at the videos, it's froze up, and it's very annoying. And because I can't use the video if that keeps freezing up on me. I'm not an expert, but it seems like the camera can't process movement fast enough. Camera shouldn't be an issue. It's a brand new camera, and I don't think that's the issue, because I've had this camera now for a few months, and I've never had this issue with the freezing up before. Audio's fine. Video does freeze a couple of frames here and there. Okay. I'll check after I get off. I'll check with StreamYard, because I bet you that's the issue. I bet it's StreamYard. If that's the case, I might just go straight to do my live streams on YouTube. You won't get all the neat little bells and whistles, but man, I pay a lot for StreamYard, so you'd think it would work right. How much for a brand name pair of running shoes? it's going to cost about the same as you would in the West or in the States. But there are places where you can get the knockoff brands at a much cheaper price. So you just kind of have to look around if you don't mind paying, if you don't mind the knockoff brand, go to MBK Mall or Fortune Town, and you can find some brand name items that are probably knockoffs, but you can get them pretty cheap. So, like they have hookahs. Is that name? Hookah, is that the name of the really expensive running shoes? They've got a place right outside of MPK, right in the market, the outdoor market there. They sell them there for like, I don't know, like 1,000 baht or something like that, like $30-$40. And I know they're a lot more than that. So, all right, let me see. We've been on now for an hour and 42 minutes. We still have 46 people on, so let's keep going. Let's see. I'm glad you guys are sitting through the issues with the video. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. I don't know why it's doing that. How much to tailor a suit? So walk down Sukhumvit, and there's probably a tailor shop every other street. And the majority of them are owned by Indians. Not saying that's good or bad, but you can get a suit, and usually they'll advertise suits starting at, I don't know what a good price is, 4,000 baht or 5,000 baht, like $150. But once you get in there, I mean, and they're tailored, they're really nice, but they're going to try to upsell you on everything. And so if you're not careful, you'll go in there thinking you're going to get a 3,000 or 4,000 baht suit, and you'll end up spending about 20,000 baht because they're good at upselling. So just be careful with all that. I'll just tell you that. Let's see. My wife has a 9,000 baht pair of Hoka shoes and several other trail runners. So 9,000 is nine. So that's 270, almost $300. So those are probably legit. But you can go to MBK and get probably the same looking pair of shoes with the same logo on it for a third of that price probably. And you'll walk around thinking you got Hokas, and they're not real Hokas. But you know what? You pay for, you get what you pay for. So if you get a 3,000 baht pair of Hokas and you walk around and within a year you need to buy a new pair, you got 3,000 baht worth out of it. So you're okay. Google tailor on 10 for suits. Okay. Is that a shop there in Bangkok? Camera might be too good and the PC or something else can't handle the quality. Maybe that's it. Maybe my computer sucks, but I've never had issues before. So I don't know why it's doing that now. And it only just started with StreamYard with my videos. When I do recordings, it only just started like a month ago, not even a month ago. And I stopped using it. So okay, it is a shop. Okay, cool. So I don't know why. I don't know what the deal is. So I'll ask them. I'll ask StreamYard and see if there's something to it. But until then, you get these screenshots of me every once in a while, right? Did you get an affiliate with an eyeglasses company? Firmo Optical seems to be good. Another YouTube channel I follow has an affiliate with them. No, but I need to. Because I every time I see a pair of reading glasses that I think are cool, I'll buy them. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I just bought these in the Philippines a couple of weeks ago. And then these I bought I think I got these in Vietnam. And these are really nice. I really like these, but it's breaking right there. So I can't wear these anymore. Then I got a couple of cheap pair. These are super cheap that I'll wear if I need to. I got a couple others, but yeah, I've got a few pair, but I like these. I'll wear these until I break. But yeah, I would love to get, I love you Hokas. I love your Hokas. Yeah, I need to get a sponsor for eyeglass. That would be cool. Who was the guy? I think I mentioned this last week, and what's his name? He does the music. His name is Adam Reeder. He does the music video YouTube channel. Something of rock. I can't think what the name of his channel is. Anyway, he used to have a sponsor for his eyeglasses, but I can't think of the name. I think it was Zenny. I want to say it's Zenny eyeglasses. Let me Google it. Zeni. Oh, I can't spell. Oh, not Zemi. Zenny. Zeni. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I'm horrible at spelling. Zeni. There. Zenny. I think it's Zenny eyeglasses. Oh, Zenni. Okay. Okay, now I remember. I'm going to look into that. I'm going to email them and see if they'll sponsor my videos, because I just do a mention every time and wear their eyeglasses. Just keep sending me new eyeglasses. That would be cool. So maybe I'll do that. All right. So wasted a lot of time on that and lost about 10 viewers on that. Oh, well, shit happens. All right. Let's see. What else were we going to talk about? Oh, let's talk about the bad YouTubers in the Philippines. So we had, there's some YouTubers, and they're not necessarily bad, but they were just doing things they probably shouldn't have done, like using people's likenesses in their videos without their permission, using other YouTubers' likenesses. So, so there's a few of them that got their YouTube channel shut down this past week. One of them was Craig in Cebu. Does anybody know who I'm talking about? Craig in Cebu? If you do, let me know in the chat. And let's get caught up here. I don't need glasses anymore after having cataract surgery last year and replacing my lenses. Nice. I thought about looking into getting LASIK or anything, see if I'm qualified for that. But I might be too old for that now. But yeah, so this guy's named Craig in Cebu. He's done videos on me before. He's like sick grandpa. He tries to be, all he does is bitch about other YouTubers in the Philippines or wherever. And he sits in his little apartment or house, or I don't even know if he's in the Philippines anymore or if he ever was. But he'll sit there and he'll bitch about whatever YouTuber he bitches about. He's bitched about me before. I can't remember exactly what he was talking about. He's bitched about a lot of different YouTubers, but he got turned in, and he got notified that your channel is getting shut down in 7 days, and it got shut down. So I don't know if he's on there anymore. So we can look and see. Let's see. Let's go check and see if we can find him. I think it's Craig, Craig in Cebu. Nope, he's not showing up. He's not on here anywhere, so he got shut down. So FAFO, right? F around and find out. That's what he did. So he got shut down for using YouTube people's content or likeness or name and without permission, and YouTube shut him down. Another guy was Island Expats. Now, I don't know if he's still on or not, but he got, from what I understand, he got warned that you need to take down some video content because it talks about other YouTubers that that didn't give permission. Okay, it looks like he's still on, so we'll see how long he's on for. But I've heard rumors that he's next on the list, and then there's one other, but I don't know the name of that other one. But from what I understand, they're all getting shut down because they're using content from other YouTube channels without their permission, and that's a no-no. And especially if they use it and that YouTuber says, don't use my content anymore. And if they continue to leave up that video after been told to take it down, then YouTube gets involved. And once YouTube gets involved, you can really get in trouble. So never heard of that channel. Yeah, he's as Hyman Roth would say, he's small potatoes. Who recognizes that reference? Who remembers that reference? What movie? But yeah, I don't even think he's monetized. I don't even think he's got 1,000 subscribers. But he thought he was hot shit. But now he's gone, I guess. So anyway, so that was that. So I just wanted to bring that up quickly. All right, we've covered every topic that I wanted to cover. What's on your guys' mind? Let's see. I quit watching all Philippine YouTubers when I decided that I'm going to live in Thailand, or give Thailand a trial run for permanent retirement there in a few more months. Yeah, I kind of did that too. I watched a lot of YouTube videos out of the Philippines before I moved there. And then I started watching YouTubers from Thailand, and then when I moved here, there's some I stopped watching because I didn't need to know where to live because I knew where I was living. I didn't need to know about condos. So the guys that did the condo tours, I didn't need that anymore. But there are a couple of YouTubers I still watch. Cal, I watch him. I like his content. Keys One, I watch his content. He's pretty good. Patty Doyle, I watch his content, but he's next level. He's like watching the Discovery Channel. But I like watching some of his stuff. But yeah, Andy Omar was using my picture for about a month. Then he switched his attention to George from Antics. Yeah, Andy Omar got shut down. And I don't know the story behind that, but yeah, his channel got shut down. It's probably a year ago. His channel got shut down. Walking Nirvana. Is that a YouTuber? I don't know that. I like the group, or I liked the group Nirvana. Yeah, Andy got shut down. George and Heidi, yeah, Philippine Antics. That's an interesting couple, to say the least. But I don't really watch a lot of the Philippine YouTubers anymore. Now that I'm not there anymore, there's no need really for me to watch them. There's a couple I still watch every once in a while just because I like the content, but not very often. But yeah, there's some here in Thailand I still do like to watch. Let's see, there's a guy in Hua Hin. I can't think what his channel's called. It's a faceless channel. You see him right at the beginning, just a very quick glimpse of his face in the mirror. And he's got a mynah bird that does the Sawadee Kab at the beginning of his videos, if you know what I'm talking about. Something about travel. But he's good. I like him. He does a lot of, he'll do a lot of condo tours and stuff. And I'm kind of interested in Hua Hin, so I watch his channel once in a while. His channel is still active, I think. He just disappeared. Oh, Andy Omar did? Well, he got doxxed or something, right? Something, what was it? He got doxxed and I think sick grandpa walked up on him or something. Something happened. So, and then he got doxxed, and maybe that's why I didn't know that his channel was still there or not. It's a channel on YouTube, Walking Nirvana. He talks too much, but meanders around Thailand and speaks okay Thai. Okay. Is he foreign? Is he a Farang? Where's he from? Keys one was one I saw today about the air quality. Yeah, I think he overdid it a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I like him. I watch his videos a lot, but I think he kind of exaggerated the issue with it a little, maybe sensationalized it a little, but we all do that. I mean, my thumbnails, I got me looking all nervous and scared and mad. So I stopped watching those toxic channels, childish behavior. Yeah, I did too. And most of them are out of the Philippines. I will say that the majority of the video or the YouTubers in Thailand are cool. Their content's good, no issues. It seems to be in the Philippines, though, it's like if you're not attacking another YouTuber, then you don't have any content. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with those guys. 197. Yep, just a little. 197. Yeah, I don't know where he was getting those numbers because there weren't Bangkok numbers. That AQI 197 was not happening in Bangkok. Now maybe North Thailand, where the burning season, probably there, but not in Bangkok. I mean, I looked today. I mean, I'll look again. Where are we at? We're well under 100. I can guarantee that. We're at 60. We're at 60 AQI and 13.9 on the PM 2.5. That's well within safe ranges. So, yeah, I don't know. Somebody commented that it says this video is a year old. So I don't know if that's right or not, because I think he mentioned 2026. So anyway, but I still watch his videos. I like the thing I like about his videos is that he'll go to places that I haven't been in Bangkok. So he'll go to these areas that it's like, man, I should go there. I need to get out of this Sukhumvit bubble and start doing videos farther away. But it's like, it's really time consuming. And, you know, when I've got my language class that takes up pretty much the afternoon, you know, it's hard to schedule a time before that to go any distance because you just don't have time. And after, it's like, it's almost dark now. It'll be dark in an hour and a half. Do I want to travel a long way? So I just kind of like, I'll do weekends, but then it's like, the weekends I got my golf with my buddies on Saturday. Sunday I got my live stream. So it's hard to get away. But anyway, I need to do that, though. I need to really take some time and do that. That was the guy that claimed he was living the dream in BGC. He always did videos from his condo, but never showed his face. I think he was Albanian. Oh, I know who you're thinking of. You're thinking of Jasper. Yeah. Sick grandpa walked up to him on a beach and kind of outed him as being kind of a nerdy dude, where he was claiming to be like a Chad. Because he's sitting there with sandals and socks on and looks like somebody's dad. But he followed Omar around, and in a video, he was videotaping while Omar was walking away. He was following him around. This was in Angeles City, I think. So he's done both. But yeah, I remember that video he did with Jasper. Jasper's back on. He's got his channel back up. He's got a different name. I don't know what it's called, but I think he's still in Vegas. And from what I understand, he's thinking about coming back to the Philippines, but I haven't heard yet. Did you hear Ace Bachelor Cool got a bar girl pregnant? Yes, I heard that. Is there truth to that, or is that just clickbait? If he did, that's maybe the stupidest thing that any foreigner could ever do. It's like, what the hell? If I was his dad or even his friend, my first thing would be, what the hell were you thinking? You know, it's like, what was the who was the actor that did something really stupid? He's an English actor, and he went on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and this was after he was trying to fix things. And Leno said, "What the hell were you thinking?" That's what I would ask Ace Bachelor Cool. It's like, what the hell were you thinking, dude? Why would you get a bar girl pregnant? Why would you go without a raincoat? First of all, it's like, oh my God, you're just asking for trouble. Oh, well, you know, sometimes you just got to shake your head. You should check out Patty Doyle with Gary going to Backstreet Hidden Food Gems for cheap. Think he just moved to Tong Lo. Good channel like yours. Well, I know he was living in Phrom Phong, but he bought a condo or he bought a house or something. Patty did. Patty's got a lot of things going on. Oh, his channel is much better than mine, by the way. His editing is like, I don't know if he does his own editing or not, but it's off the chart. He does a really good job. And he does travel stuff, and I'm just not a travel guy, so I couldn't do that. I thought about maybe getting a drone. That would be kind of fun. So yeah, I don't know who this Gary is, but I may have seen him before. But so Patty, I know he bought a place. Is that in Tong Lo where he bought that? Our Philippine journey broke that story. He usually wouldn't tell lies like that. Yeah, I saw that live stream when he said that, but he did he hear it? Did he hear it straight from Ace Bachelor Cool? I don't know, but I like Mike from Our Philippines journey. I met him one time, the one and only time I was in Angeles City. I met him at the place, Tequila Sunrise, or wherever he always eats. Like 3 times a week he eats there. I met him there for lunch one day, or breakfast maybe. But interesting. I wonder what's become of that. Is he going to be a daddy? Are they going to, you know, get things done? What are the plans moving forward? Is he going to marry her? What's he going to do? He's just going to pay her off. Gary's another Brit that does food vlogs. Okay, good channel. I like Mark Wien's videos. Those are good. Those are fun to watch. And then Uncle Roger. I love his videos. He's so funny. But I don't know what's Gary's channel name. I probably have seen it, and I've probably seen him with Patty Doyle doing videos together. I'm sure I have. I just don't remember the name of the channel, so I'm sure I've seen it before. But those are fun to watch. I like watching them go to different places in Bangkok because I want to put those on my bucket list places to go. I haven't done that yet, guys, and I need to do that. I'm sorry. I need to spread my wings a little. But let's see. They are friends, I think. So I presume he got permission to divulge that information. Yeah, I'm sure he did. He would never have said it if Ace Bachelor Cool hadn't given him the okay to. Mike's too above the board for that. He's too classy for that. Gary Butler, the roaming cook. Okay, I haven't heard of that, but I will check it out. That's cool. I will check that out. Let's see. We're at just over 2 hours. We're at 29 right now, so we're good. We'll stay on for a while, as long as the chat is active it'll be up to you guys whether we call it a day or not. I've still got plenty of coffee in my Yeti. My throat's doing well. Here's the thing. I haven't used my air purifier since I've been back. So we'll see. I might run it this week because the air quality is going to be good all week. So I might run it to see if things change as far as my breathing, my chest at night. And if it starts getting bad again, then I'll know it's the purifier and not the air quality outside. So I might do that. That's my little experiment. I'm the human guinea pig on that one. But we'll see. I did look up the model. I said last week I was going to look it up, and I looked up the model. It's a Sharp purifier. I looked it up and I asked if it emits ozone, and it does not. It's a HEPA, and I do need to get a vacuum cleaner so I can clean out the filter. It needs to be cleaned out. But other than that, it should be okay. So I'll run it this week and see if there's a difference. Mike is getting trolled by that old Brit lately. The guy with the teeth missing and the one long tooth. He's got like a snaggle tooth, and then he's got other teeth missing. Is that the one? And he walks around his little province jungle, and he's like really up close, just kind of like sick grandpa does. Just does that up close. Is that the one you're talking about? I can't remember his name. Something like, I don't remember. I don't remember the name of his channel, but why is he trolling Mike? What has Mike done? Mike's pretty up, above board. He's pretty good. Let's see. Noob. Billy B. Goat. Hey, Billy. Thanks for coming on. Watched a couple of your vids. You said you lived in BGC 3 years and you've been in Bangkok now. Is Thailand your preferred choice? I had seen smog in Bangkok can get pretty bad. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, but just to recap, yeah, I've lived here in Bangkok now just over a year. I moved here November of 2024. So what, November, December, January. So about a year and 4 months I've lived here. And yeah, it can get bad. It was bad a couple of weeks ago. It was really bad. And I actually went to the Philippines and visit some friends that week. And I got back. And since I've been back, the air quality's been good. But it can get bad this time of year. You got the burning season up north where sometimes that smog gets down as far as Bangkok, even lower. So it can affect the air quality. But right now it's not bad. So yeah, I would just kind of, if you want to travel here, if you want to visit here, this might not, if you have health issues as far as respiratory issues, this might not be a great time of year to come. I would wait until March maybe, or later in March. You will get into the hot weather, but the air will be a lot clearer. And but you're going to get a lot of hot. Well, he got his teeth fixed. Okay. If it's the same guy, yeah, okay. Check this out. Pocket drone, perfect for city life. Hover Air X1 Pro. Cool. I will check that out. I don't know what I think there's some regulations, though, here in Bangkok that you can't fly drones, or there's certain areas you can't fly. I would need to get out in the open first and practice, because I'll crash it for sure. I enjoyed your last dating in BGC vid from a month ago. You gave some great actionable dating advice, focusing on weekends and holidays. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that one. Absolutely. That's the best time. That's the best time to be in BGC. You want to sit on a high street and watch the parade. That's what we call it. The parade of women that go by. Okay, guys, what else? What else is on your mind? We'll probably go, let's see. We'll go another 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes. And as long as the chat is active, we'll keep going. Thanks for everybody coming on board today, especially the newbies and especially the members like Kiki and Jasmine. our founding member. They're our first members, and they've been solid ever since. So I appreciate that. I visited both the Philippines and Thailand on my investigation tour and found Philippines more enjoyable because of the language, but I'm still trying to figure it out. Long-term residency looks more secure and cheap in the Philippines. Yeah, I think depending on where you are going to end up in the Philippines or in Thailand, for me, you might pay a little more here in Bangkok than you would, say, at BGC or in Metro Manila or in the Philippines. But your quality of everything is going to be higher. You're going to have better food. You're going to have better infrastructure. The quality of your condos are going to be much better as far as the build and the furnishings. I haven't seen one cockroach the entire time I've lived in Bangkok, whereas even in BGC in the high end areas, you're going to have you can have cockroach issues, and they can be really, really bad. Just the only issues with Bangkok or Thailand would be the exchange rate's not as good. The baht is strong to the dollar right now. Not as bad as it was, say, a month ago, but it's still pretty strong. Whereas in the Philippines, the peso is as weak as it's ever been to the dollar. So you're going to get a really good exchange rate there. So there's pros and cons to each. I like the Philippines, but you're going to hit, the Philippines, you're going to hit every type of Mother Nature issue there is. You're going to have typhoons, flooding, land slides, earthquakes, blackouts, or they call them brownouts in the Philippines. Whatever there is, they've got it there in the Philippines. Whereas here in Thailand, we're kind of protected because we have that bay, but other than that, we're pretty much landlocked. So typhoons really aren't a big thing here. Earthquakes, I mean, they did have a major earthquake in Myanmar back in March of last year that affected Thailand and Bangkok. It's pretty significant, but that's like 1 in 100-year thing. So you don't have that issue. Whereas in the Philippines, you got earthquakes constantly there. I mean, some of them are small, but they happen on a daily basis. And the fault lines are horrible there in Manila. The air quality obviously can be an issue at certain times of year here. But for me, I would pay a little more here than in the Philippines to get a little more for my buck. And that's why I'm here. And I can't see me moving back anytime. I just love it here so much. I just really do. Yeah, I noticed the infrastructure cost food. I'm curious, do you feel like you connect with the people? Yes, I'm from Florida and had hurricanes over my home multiple times. Okay. But hurricanes in Florida is different than typhoons in the Philippines because they're not built to withstand all of that. Now, if you're in the city, if you're in Manila or BGC, typhoons are not a big deal. BGC doesn't flood. They've got a great drainage system that makes sure that that BGC will never flood. The structures are built to withstand the typhoon winds, so you're not going to have that issue. All the power grid is underground, so you won't have the brownouts or the blackouts in BGC as you will anywhere else in the Philippines. So that is one thing that's going to be on the positive side for BGC, but just the general infrastructure. If you want to get outside of BGC, travel options are pretty bad. Whereas here in Bangkok, the train system alone allows you to get pretty much anywhere pretty inexpensively, and everything's built pretty good. So yeah, I just think that now, as far as connecting with the people, yeah, it's easier to talk to Filipinos because of the language thing. Now, if you get outside of the cities, it can be problematic. You may run into Filipinos that don't speak English well. If you're in a taxi in the city, the taxi driver probably doesn't speak English. If he does, it's very limited. So you will still run into those issues, not to the extent you do in Thailand. But to be honest with you, most of the restaurants and bars here in Bangkok, the people speak English pretty well. In fact, most of the places I hang out, they're not even Thai. They're from Myanmar, mostly. So you're going to find a lot of, and they speak good English. So you're not going to have that issue. Now, if you get into outside of the touristy areas in Bangkok and into the province areas of Bangkok or of Thailand, you will run into some issues where they don't speak English. So Florida escaped hurricanes last year. None made landfall. That is rare. That's good though. Yeah. Philippines averages about 20, 21 typhoons a year, just to give you an idea, the difference between Florida and the Philippines. And Philippines has more flooding issues. Ilo really has good flood mitigation that proved itself in the last storm. Yeah, like in BGC. So BGC, if you're familiar with BGC, there's a park. It's this big round. It's almost like a roundabout. It's where High Street and Forbestown basically meet, and it's probably about a 2-block radius roundabout. It's called Burgos Circle. Underneath Burgos Circle is a 6-story retention tank where all the rainwater will drain into, and then when it gets so full, it triggers a mechanism that releases a valve or opens a valve and releases all that rainwater into the ocean. So BGC never floods. It never floods. Part of the reason is they keep it clean. Where other places in Manila or other cities in the Philippines, they never clean their streets. So all the drain places will clog up, and it'll be clogged up with debris from trees, trash that they just toss out, and it clogs up the drainage. So the drains can't keep up with the rain, and everything floods. In BGC, they clean that stuff up every day. Every morning, they're out cleaning the streets, cleaning the drainage system, the drainage areas, and so you never have that issue. Plus, with that huge retention tank, everything runs into that, so there's no backup. It doesn't back up into the streets, and then it releases into the ocean. So BGC is really ahead of its time. It's a smart city, basically, is what it is. But there's areas in Bangkok that flood on a regular basis when it rains. I know on 26, it can flood pretty good. You'll have, ankle deep waters that you have to trudge through if you're out when it rains. Here on 24, I don't think it has that big of an issue. I'll find out in a couple of months when the rainy season comes back. Do you have landlord or real estate agent you use in Da Nang? I do. I used a lady that has several properties, apartments in Da Nang. So if you get there, I can message her, and if you want to email me, Peter, there's my email. You can email me, and I can forward your contact to her if you're going to Da Nang, and have her get a hold of you if you'd like. She's a super sweet lady. Yes, the pollution is yet another issue. Clark Freeport Zone seems to be addressing this, but they are in the storm path in northern Luzon. Yeah, I saw a video the other day. It looks like Clark is really developing. It's going to be the next BGC in the Philippines. So, if you're looking at moving there, they got the airport right there, which is really nice. It's international. but that might be the next place to go if you want to move to the Philippines. Maybe look in the Clark area. Now it's close to Angeles City, so you do have that working against you, but you're not in Angeles City. You're not in that bad area. So you got that. I did enjoy Bangkok. Maybe I would meet a Filipina and bring her to Thailand. Ha ha ha. Yes, Clark is moving along nicely. You know, there's a lot of people that do that. They bring their Filipina to Thailand. There's not. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, if you find a beautiful Filipina that loves you and you love her back, why not? You know, it's just hard. It's hard to bring Filipinas to Thailand. It's so hard for them to leave the country. That's the only issue, you know, and for them to stay long term. It's hard to get work permits. If you're a Filipino, it's hard to get a work permit here, especially if you're not well educated, if you don't have a degree, and you're working a service job. It's almost impossible for a Filipino to get a job here in Thailand. They will hire people from Myanmar, Cambodia up until recently, I think, Laos, Indonesia maybe, but for some reason, Bangkok, or I'm sorry, Philippines is a no-go. It's really, really hard. So that's the biggest issue. I wish they would loosen things up because I have a lot of friends that have Filipinos. They would love to move to Thailand and bring their Filipino girlfriend, but they just can't come on just a tourist visa. I mean, they can get them here, but then they have to leave. So it's hard to do long term. Anyway, we're at 2:22 in almost 2 hours and 23 minutes in. We'll go another 8 minutes or 7 minutes, and then I got to go. My voice is starting to crack a little bit, guys. A Canadian friend of mine is in Da Nang on vacation, had to leave Toronto for a while. Toronto is another city getting ruined, according to him. I wouldn't doubt it. All these great cities in the West are just not looking good lately, which is sad. I hear London is just a mess. I hear Italy is getting bad. I hear Spain is getting bad. Poland's okay, I guess, from what I hear. That's good. But yeah, that's another topic for another day, maybe, guys. All right. So I've got maybe 2 meetups today with subscribers. One for sure at 6 o'clock, one possibly between noon and 6 today. I have not eaten yet, so I got to do that. I'm not sure what I have here to eat, so I may go out, grab some street food. I've got some neat vendors right outside that I can just run out there and get some food. Or I may go down to O'Shea's and get the breakfast down there. They got the American breakfast where you can get 7 items for like 199 baht, and it comes with a free drink, coffee or tea or juice. But it's a pretty good deal. And I usually get bacon. So you get like 2 strips of bacon, toast. What else do I usually get? Hash browns, fried potatoes, sauteed mushrooms, 2 eggs over easy, and then one other item. I can't remember what I normally get, but I usually get that, and it's 199. So that's kind of a good deal. So I may go there for lunch today or late breakfast or brunch. Billy says, enjoyed catching your live and appreciate the advice. New sub. Thank you so much for subscribing, Billy. Appreciate it. We're here every Sunday, 9 a.m. Thailand time. Where are you from, Billy? Where are you watching from? Good talk. Take care. Thanks, Blues. Thanks for coming on board. Ireland is screwed. Yeah, that's sad. I want to go to Ireland. It's on my bucket list. I'm half German, half Irish, but Germany is in really bad shape, so I don't want to go to Germany anytime soon. But I'd like to go to Ireland. That would be kind of fun. But yeah. Okay. Let's see where are we at. We're all caught up with chat, and let's see. Let me see if I hear back from Billy where he's watching from. There we go. Oh, that's South Central. Okay, sure. You're still in Florida, Melbourne, Cocoa Beach area. Okay. You look young, so you probably don't know this reference, but isn't Cocoa Beach? Isn't that where Major Nelson was located in I Dream of Jeannie? Which I'm shocked that hasn't been redone by Hollywood. They've redone everything else, so I'm surprised that they haven't redone I Dream of Jeannie yet, either in movie form or TV series form, because they've done everything else. Nothing's been original since 2000. We're in a matrix, guys, in case you didn't know that. The 2K1 scare, I think it was real. And we've been in a matrix ever since. And if not that, it's 2012 when the Mayan calendar ended. We're living in a matrix. So, oh, you're 64. Okay. That's the location. Okay, cool. So you know what I'm talking about. You're my age, basically. The picture is like 8 years old. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay, because you post on these dating sites like Thai Friendly, just post your age 8 years ago, what it was 8 years ago, and I get girls from, I post my age, and I get girls that are in their 20s. Of course, most of them are freelancers wanting short time, which I say right in my profile. I'm not interested in freelancers, but they still think they need to like me and message me. So, okay, guys, we're going to call it a day. I appreciate you guys coming out. It's been fun. It's been real. And I'll be back again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And as always, live life, my friend. Sabai, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care.